something I created many years ago called the 401k plan. That's 401k-A-Y-E. Not your traditional 401k plan, but still under this guise of a type of retirement planning. Now, what do I mean by this? You know, I'd met so many people that have actually put big monies away in their retirement plans, whether it's a IRA or a 401k plan, etc., a pension plan, but have come to find that they never really knew what their goals were, what they're trying to accomplish. The best way I can describe this is by a gentleman that was doing some work for me at my house years ago. And I said to him, do you and your wife put money away for retirement planning? He said, oh, absolutely. He said, about $20,000 a year. I said, and what do you generate between the two of you income-wise? He said, approximately $150,000. And I said, how old are you? He was 45 years of age. And I said, when do you plan to retire? He says 70. I said, okay, 25 years. I said, now here's a question for you. What's your goal? Well, he looked at me with this dumbfounded look. What do you mean, what's my goal? Well, you and your wife are putting away $20,000 a year every single year for however long you've done it, plus for the next 25 years. There must be a goal in mind of what you want it to be worth in order for you to take income. And he said, you know, I don't have an answer. I said, listen, don't feel bad. Most people don't. You weren't having a discussion on what that ultimate number was. You may say of what you'd like to have as far as income, but this is all pie in the sky. Who knows? He says, well, no, Howard, you know, my broker showed me what happens if I make 8% a year or 10% or 12% a year and what that would grow to by the time we're 70. I said, you really think that's accurate? Is there anyone that's really making 8% a year consistently or 10%? Or is it more that this year you made 8%, one year you made 12, another year you lost 24, then you made 3, then you lost 6, then you were flat? He said, well, yeah, I guess so. I said, and you know, it makes a difference. You see, there's a difference between making 8% year in and year out and making 8% and then losing 24% to then make 8%. The numbers come out much worse. So I can't worry about what some broker is going to tell me because they have no idea what's going to take place over the next 25 years. I said, but you know what's amazing to me? It's fascinating that I think this is just human nature. You're no different than anybody else. You know that you're supposed to put money away for retirement. You know that these kind of returns could occur. And you know, well, if it does, this is what I'll be worth and this is what I'll be able to take for income. But what's amazing to me is you're investing blindly, meaning there is no set goal in mind. There's no number that you say, if we hit this number, we are out. Do you know why? Because it's greed, and we all have it. Once you get to the number that was your goal, you say, oh, well, now that I'm here, I should be able to get to here. And then what happens? Murphy's Law. What is Murphy's Law? The time that you need the money the most, which in your case is retirement, is the time it just happens not to be there. It was there when you didn't need it, but when you need it, all of a sudden something happened. I can't tell you why life works this way, but we've all experienced it to some extent, have we not? Therefore, this is the game I want to play. You told me you're putting away $20,000 a year. I want you on a piece of paper to draw a line down the middle, and on this side put $10,000 a year, and on this side put $10,000 a year. Now, this side is your way. The $10,000 a year that you're going to invest in the market with your broker in your retirement account, we're going to draw an arrow underneath it, and then I'm going to draw a question mark. You know why? Because you don't know what that $10,000 a year over the next 25 years is going to grow to. On my side of the page, $10,000 a year, draw a line down with an arrow, but I'm not going to put a question mark. I'm going to put $700,000 at some point during your retirement. He looks at me and says, well, wait a minute. How can you make such a bold statement? How are you going to have $700,000 and we have a question mark? Well, you have a question mark because You may do really great, and then you may lose. It could be zero. It could be 500,000. I have no idea what it's going to be. But why do I know my way? I said to him, how old are your parents? He said, 69. I said, good health, non-smokers? He said, yes. I said, guess what? At those ages, I can buy $700,000 of insurance for $10,000 a year, assuming they're in good health, non-smokers. He said, you're kidding me. I said, no. I said, now this is what's going to happen. You've got my insurance policy on one side. You've got your broker on the other side investing the $10,000 a year. 25 years from now, you are 70. Your parents are 94. I hope to God they're still alive. They're not supposed to be, but let's hope they are. And assuming they are, the fortune that your broker made you on this side of the page with your $10,000 a year, start spending it and using it for retirement. Why? Because it's just a matter of time. We're all going to die one day. I hate to say it, but your parents will too. And when they do, $700,000 completely income and estate tax-free will be paid out to you. Now, if, God forbid, they died prematurely before you hit the age of 70, wow, what a windfall. We weren't looking for it, and we certainly don't want that to happen. But can you imagine even earlier if the $700,000 tax-free came in? Now, what would your broker have to grow your $10,000 a year to in order for it to be worth the same $700,000 that mine is from day one? Well, the answer is approximately $1 million, so that after taxes, it would be worth the same $700,000. Now you say to me, oh yes, but wait, don't I get a step up in basis? No. Remember, this is your retirement account. This is your income that you're going to be paying income tax on. So if it amassed to $1 million and you took the money out, you're going to pay at least $300,000 in income taxes, leaving $700,000. And I created that $700,000 from day one. Ladies and gentlemen, think in terms of your goals, what you're trying to accomplish. The 401Kaye plan is nothing more than a predictable way of determining exactly the amount of money you want one day. Whether it's purchasing insurance on your parents or family members that you have an insurable interest with. This is what can be created. And remember something, it's a tough conversation, I know, to go to a parent. But remember, there is no financial burden to your parents. All of our lives have a monetary value to it. Your parents will be thrilled to help you monetize as long as it doesn't cost them anything. And the burden, the financial burden, is on you. But that is our 401Kaye plan, otherwise known as Create Your Own Inheritance and Be Your Own Beneficiary.